Flipping PCs until I buy a house. This was a challenge I set for myself a few months ago, and honestly, this challenge has been going very good. You see, I flip gaming PCs, office PCs, and I flip all kinds and shapes of PCs. Doesn't matter if it's a mini PC, a tower PC, a small form factor PCs. I even flip laptops, monitors, everything around that spectrum, and it has been going pretty good. And if you are not so sure what flipping PCs will mean, it basically means that I go ahead, look for cheap, decent PCs. The technical condition must be right. Optically, the PC must be also very sound, and I bring them home, clean them up, ensure that they are in the best conditions possible, and I go ahead to sell them on a responsible platform. My platform of choice to this day is on eBay. I have had very great success selling used PCs on eBay, and I also sell some of these PCs on my website, but then eBay still remains my platform of choice. All right, but then on this channel I kind of make very raw content, unscripted, pretty much unedited, just to show you exactly what my typical day looks like, to give you the highs and the lows of this business, and to show you when I am killing it. I'm going to show it to you when I am also recording, some low points. Things are not selling. Items are shipped out. They are destroyed during transportation. Customer buys an item. He wants to return it. All these low points, I'm also going to show it to you. There's a reason why I want to keep it as raw as possible. The idea is that I understand that some of you are also interested in starting this business. Don't get it twisted. Flipping PCs is just one vehicle to achieve your financial, goals. Some people might go ahead to flip clothing. Some might go ahead to flip books, household items. At the end of the day, we are just trying to achieve a common goal, which is to get financial freedom, to get some money in our pocket, to lay our hands on this bag. And I have chosen, use PCs because this is something I've come to know, over a long time. And right now, it might be very difficult for me to switch to some other kind of item. So I'm kind of concentrated on PCs, IT hardwares, and everything in between. Yes, some of you might be interested in trying to get into this area, but then if I were to script these videos and just take out the daily challenges that I face, you might not have a true picture of what you are actually getting yourself into. And then there might be a situation where you think everything is all fun and roses, and then you go ahead, start to dig deep into the business, and then you realize that, man, things are a little bit difficult out here. It's not as easy as Hardwareflipper made it seem. So this is the reason why I kind of keep the videos very raw, very unscripted, very unedited. If anything is to go wrong on my day, I'm going to come here, capture it, and try to tell it to you guys, because it's all intended to teach you at the end of the day that if you go into this business, these are the kind of things you might be facing. Yes, there are so many edited PC flipping videos on YouTube. Sometimes I take a look at these videos and I say to myself, yes, it kind of looks very interesting. The editing is kind of on point. Everything looks decent. But these videos are a very far cry from the reality of what this business actually looks like. So it's my intention, the kind of value I bring to you is that if you really want to see how flipping PC looks like, you're going to come here, you're going to be subscribed to the channel, you're going to click on the like button, and you are going to possibly share this video. That being said, guys, a 440 euro PC sales has been cancelled. See, one of the benefits of having a holiday is that it gives you time between when somebody orders your PC and the time you send it out. See, this PC was ordered yesterday at about 8 o'clock. And if not for the fact that yesterday was a holiday, yesterday was Easter Monday, just to put it in perspective, if not for the fact that yesterday was a holiday, I would have shipped out that PC at about, say, 14 o'clock or 15 o'clock. And then it would have been that the buyer is going to return the PC. I kind of suspect buyer remorse, because if you sell PCs, I wouldn't know how it looks like in the book category or clothing category, but if you sell PCs, buyer remorse is a thing. Somebody goes ahead, checks on your offer, everything looks good, goes ahead, buys it, and then a few minutes later, the person begins to think, wouldn't it be possible to get a better offer? Perhaps I'm going to go ahead to search more on eBay. Perhaps I can get something cheaper, something faster. And this we see all the time. And because of that, I typically tend to, allow like 24 hours between when somebody buys my PC and when I ship it out, because it can happen that 1, 2, 3 hours after purchase, the buyer wants to cancel the transaction. This buyer now just said that he had bought the PC, by mistake, which is very easy to just select this option, because if you're trying to return, if you're trying to cancel a transaction on eBay gives you different options to choose from, what reasons you would want the transaction to be cancelled. So buyer actually said yes, he bought the PC by mistake, but I really don't think that's the case. Perhaps the buyer found something cheaper, perhaps the buyer found something faster. There are so many reasons why people want to churn when it comes to buying PCs. Perhaps the buyer also decided to just go ahead and buy a new PC because 440 euros, perhaps the buyer thinks is a lot of money. But with this same configuration, if you were to buy an all new PC, then you have to be ready to give out as much as $1,000 or €1,000, because these are solid hardwares, good processors, good SSDs, good RAM sticks, and shipping, packaging, and all that stuff. I think this is a very good price, and the data I have from eBay also tells me that this price is a very, very good price, and this is the reason why in the last 1 or 2 weeks I have sold a lot of these pieces. All right, but that being said, I did what I had to do, went ahead, canceled the transaction. The buyer receives his money, and I do not get to ship out any PC. But the only thing is that I now have one PC lying there in the warehouse. Previously, I had one left, but right now, altogether, I would then have 2 PCs. So what I'm going to do, I'm pretty much going to go to the warehouse now. It's about 11:07. I'm going to go there, try to release this offer, because yesterday I did deactivate the offer when I had just one PC left. I felt like it was a good thing to first ship out the orders. Today I'm going to ship out 5 pieces, possibly not all today, perhaps 2 today, 3 today, and then tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and ship out the rest. So I felt it was a good idea, to first, put a pause on the listing. So I deactivated the listing just to ensure that I ship out the items that have been sold, and thereafter, if there is still something really left, I'm going to open the listing again for whoever is interested to go ahead and place an order. So what it looks like now, I now have 2 pieces. It's a safe thing to do. I'm going to go to the warehouse now, just turn on the offer again, increase the quantity by 1. Perhaps before the close of day, somebody might go ahead to buy the PC. So this is what it is. These are some of the things that you have to deal with. This is just a Tuesday morning, first day of work this week. Hopefully this is not the kind of things we're going to be dealing with. Yes, it can happen. Anybody can try to cancel a transaction. When it happens like that, go ahead, do what you have to do, and move on. But the good news is that I got 2 decent pieces over the weekend, 2 Lenovo ThinkStations. I'm going to be picking them much later, depending on when I leave the warehouse today. I should be able to drive and pick them up. They are very decent pieces, decent configurations. In fact, they are already good to go. The only thing I need to check is just to be sure that the optical condition meets my standard, because I constantly strive to have the best pieces. You see, if you go out there to the used market, you will be shocked at what people are offering to the public. Sometimes there are pieces that optically they are just nothing to write home about, and this is not the kind of pieces I want to rock with. I want to rock with pieces, even though they are used, they are still looking in very, very good conditions. So this is just what I need to check, and if I can check that today still and it's a good deal, I'm going to go ahead and deal. I'm going to bring it to the warehouse, clean it up, and possibly list that. I'm going to be showing you all this as much as I can. There's just no way for me to capture every little detail of what is going to happen today, but like I said, I'm going to make sure to give you the best impression possible of how your day will look like if you decide to consider flipping pieces for profit. Until I see you again in the next one, peace.